Welcome, guys. Welcome to Football with Brownie. Long time no see. How are you, Tom? You good?
I'm not bad. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good, good. Before we go any further, Tom, I do apologise. You're going to have to raise your voice a little bit. I don't know, the music on in the background in my ear, and I can't get a better seat from where I am. So, yeah, apologies if I say say that again. Do you know what I mean? If throughout this live show, but long time no see, Tom, and how's life? How's life treating you?
Life is okay. Is that loud enough? Is that loud?
Yes,
Anyway,
good. Thank you. Thanks, mate.
life is okay. A lot
Good.
of I'm on my way. On my way. I'm not going anywhere right now. It's midnight.
I know. It's so late back home. It's what time is it? 11:20 in the morning here. So I'm even putting my breakfast off for you guys. Yeah, avocado on toast. It will be cold avocado on toast after I start eating it. But I can't leave my coffee. I'm a one. I can't function without coffee in the morning. So anyway, guys, welcome to Football Brownie. Hope you're well, keeping safe, keeping each other safe, spreading that love right around the big bad world. And what it is here, a crazy world at the moment. Hence the reason for this live video, because I just think referee David Coote or David Toot has been following the Brownie lifestyle for the last 20 years. Do you know what I mean? Absolute mental. Anyway, before we go any further, please tick a bar below. Please like, share, and more importantly, subscribe to Football with Brownie. Twitter handle is there, Facebook, and Instagram and Threads. Have a look at the numbers on here before we go any further. It's everything is up. It just shows how long. It just shows how long the last live show was actually. But the more important one is the Facebook followers over 50,000 now. So hello to anybody watching on Facebook. And let me show you where I am, because for people following me on social media, I've relocated to Melbourne. Now, I've this is the best I can do, really, to be honest, because I'm out. I don't know if you guys can see it, but basically, St Kilda Beach in Melbourne. I've been staying out west because of work and everything, but I had a day off today. So I'm told about 10 minutes away is the Ami Stadium, which is basically going to be the hosting World Cup qualifier between Australia and Saudi Arabia tonight. Now, I was going to go until I seen the price of the tickets, but I may go in and around, lurk outside, and see if I can pick up a cheap ticket after kickoff. That's the typical Valley's attitude, you know. But anyway, let's see who's in the chat. I don't know who the hell is going to be watching us at this time of night.
You'd be surprised.
IBX, hope you well, my friend. Kieran, Bristol City fan is all. Jamie's in. MM is in. And big hello and thank you for everybody. Right. Come on, Tom. Let's start off.
My week started out with a man has sworn against a Premier League manager, and I thought, okay, that's going to be something. That's something. And then it went on, and I was like, this is actually starting to bore me now. Kind of need some international football, which I never thought I'd ever wish for. But basically, bring on the England game to actually get rid of David Coote from the news cycle. But then David Coote was like, no, sir, I'm not going to be upstaged by England. So here's me doing some cocaine. I say allegedly. Can you say allegedly if he's on camera doing the sniff?
Yeah, it could have been washing powder, maybe.
It could have been. It could have been. I'm pretty sure it's not, because not many people sniff washing powder through a dollar bill. But you know.
And a $50 bill, wasn't it? I think it was a $50 bill. You know?
Yeah.
I remember going back many
money
years
got
ago.
from the UAE, right?
Well, going back many years ago, right? I thought when I was doing this, I thought it was below me, bit below me to do it under any other bill under 20 quid. No.
Wow.
I wouldn't be seen dead doing it out of a £5 or £10 note. Never mind how things have changed.
Now it's out of whatever's lying around, eh?
Wow,
But
it's crazy.
it really is.
I tell you what, he must have pissed somebody off. He must have, mate. He must have pissed somebody off, and in a big way. Because the other guy on the first video, the other guy is former cricketer who played for Nottinghamshire, wasn't it?
I have no idea. All I know is whoever filmed it, he's obviously fallen out with between now and then, clearly. Otherwise, how does it find its way onto Sky Sports News or the Sun newspaper or whatever it is?
Oh, it's mental. First of all, I called it. I don't know if you've seen my first video about it. I called it straight up. The moment I seen those eyes, it's not if you know, you know. It's if you snow, you snow. Right? And try saying that with a speech impediment. But the moment I seen those eyes, I knew. It wasn't just alcohol. I knew straight away.
I mean, to be fair, right, and I know this isn't really the popular take, but I'm not out to give the popular takes or tell people what they want to hear. Fact of the matter is, in my opinion, it's only a bigger deal because it's Liverpool. If he'd have done that about the Nottingham Forest manager or the Wolves manager, people go, "Oh yeah, you probably shouldn't do that." But because it's Klopp, because it's Liverpool, it's like massive deal.
Well, if I got some pile on really after the first video because of it. Look, and I stand by this. Look, referees are human beings. Everyone goes to work. The referee job is going to work. Now, in every walk of life, you're not going to enjoy everybody's company.
Nope.
Right? It wasn't an anti-Liverpool thing. The guy, his mate, turned it into an anti-Liverpool thing in the end. Because he praised James Milner, who was a then Liverpool player. We're talking this video came out 4 years ago now, or was made 4 years ago. But then people go on about his integrity. Well, listen, most of us, I'm sure, have been in professional jobs. And in professional jobs, you have the realistic face. And then to keep your job, you have the mask in order to, in his case, would be to be on a level playing field or to have a better understanding of your work in scenario or situation. Just because he doesn't like Klopp, it's still only an assumption that he's done anything against Liverpool. But then
people believe the refs do something against the Big Six all the time.
Do you believe? Well, you answer your own question first.
Well, no. I mean, people believe that there's an agenda against this Big Six, despite the fact they get all the decisions. So it's obviously not true. But this has created a situation now where there will be merit to saying it. There isn't merit, but in the discourse, there will be merit to claiming it.
Yeah. And it's basically it's been dropped right in a big of a referee shitstorm at the moment as well. You know, it couldn't have generated more clickbait or you know more interest, let's just say, than at this very period in time. Then we go on about you know there was a photo with him and his referee friends with apparent Indonesian hookers, which you know, hey, again, it's a previous brownie lifestyle. so, so I can't, uh, you know, call him out for that. Then this latest video, and
If you're
I
not
don't know.
supposed to have
I
it
don't
off
know.
with Taiwanese hookers,
Is it all? Is it? I mean, if it went to HR, bearing in mind now I've been in I've been out of recruitment for 5 years now, but I've been in recruitment for 20 years. Could you defend yourself in a HR meeting in any company, saying it's my personal life? I suppose it's still taking it in. I suppose maybe 20 years ago you could get away with that, but it's still taking the company into. You know, how about your workplace?
what I think, I did find it funny. The second he went on the video, like you can't show this to anyone. I thought, well, the Sun newspaper are in breach of Data Protection Act immediately because he's not given permission to it be shown publicly. So they're giving away his data. It's illegal to actually show it. It's not really, but you know, I mean,
Yeah.
he could claim that. What I will say, in all fairness, right, the footballing world have for a long time gone, I want the referees to come out on camera and give their tell me why they did their decision. If he comes out on camera and goes, I think Klopp is a cunt, the world loses their mind over it. So of course the referees are the reaction to this has basically not encouraged the argument for putting referees on camera.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. Is it? He probably lose. He probably lose. Will he lose his job by bringing a Premier League?
He's going to lose his job. Like he'll be lucky if he referees a championship match. He will never referee another Premier League match, let alone
another Premier League match. Yes. However, it could be a blessing in disguise, really, for him, because you're telling me, because other referees have done it, you're telling me Saudi wouldn't give him a big wad of cash. Okay, no problem. Listen, come and referee us over in a Saudi Super League. You know, it could be a win-win for him, really.
It could be, but I'm assuming his negotiating position will start off with, do you know any Taiwanese hookers? But in all seriousness,
And,
you could be right.
I say, listen, if he does end up going to Saudi, then you can just give me a call, and then I'll point him in the right direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
but yeah,
Right,
I mean, the real crux of this Brownie is he's not wrong in what he said because Klopp is a cunt. That's the thing no one's actually really getting to the heart of. Are people angry because they just don't like the fact that he said it about someone they like? Because Jurgen Klopp got one of my team's football players sent off for a fair tackle. The one, I don't expect you to remember it, the one on Harvey Elliott from Pascal Strauch. It was such a dirty tackle that broke his ankle, that basically the referee waved play on, no foul. Like, not even this is it wasn't like he gave a foul and then it happened to be an ankle break and then sent him off. Klopp actually come onto the pitch, chased him around the pitch, the ref, demanding that my team's player be sent off. He got him sent off, but he wasn't even a foul at the time. The on-field decision was no foul. Now, I'm partly biased on this, but obviously that's not going to help Klopp's case when it comes to do I think he's a cunt or not.
That's it.
I'm not the only team that he's done that to.
I'm sure. Listen, I'm from a very moment it came public. I'm sure Arsenal fans were going through every single game that guy is, because we all know Arsenal fans. It's always been the referee's fault lately. I know most of them are in this chat anyway. Joking, guys, joking, right? Let's see.
I'm not joking.
I know my drugs. I knew right away. But yet, Scanner, me and you were on the same level, my brother. It was a $1 bill. Was it easy to lose it? No. I wouldn't. Back in the day, I wouldn't. I insist it would be 50 £50 or above. I wouldn't. Anyway, the exposure. Isn't it? It's social. Whether people like it or not, it's a social act. Whether people like it or not, it's a social act. But it just dawned on me now. I'm wondering if referees do drug tests, random drug tests like players do.
I assume so. If you're being paid as a professional, you should obviously prove you're in a professional condition to do your job, I imagine.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I'm assuming that is what happens.
Okay, so if they don't, and you're watching a game, and you're thinking, fucking hell, that referee's fucking, he's doing a Ben Johnson, running up and down the pitch, and, he's not blowing at all. It just makes you think, it's quite hypocritical if the law only comes down on players when results of a game would look at a referee's mindset as well, surely.
Chris Nicks. That's very good.
Oh God, what's happened now?
No, it's just funny. It's just funny. He caught me off guard. I'll give him that.
No, but if you think of it, didn't it? Look, it all, even the likes of, I don't believe it, but even the likes of testosterone, I don't believe it because it hasn't happened to me. But you take testosterone, then, there's, people call it roid rage. It's a side effect. It's a side effect. So even if a referee takes, what side effects could then push a referee into making the wrong decision on the pitch?
I think it would be very interesting if all the referees were on drugs, performance-enhancing substances. It would be interesting. Yeah. But ultimately, what is the actual crime other than the cocaine? Obviously, like what is the actual crime in this situation? Like he says he thinks that someone that shouted in his face for an hour and a half is a cunt. Pardon my language, everyone, but quoting situation. In my opinion, he's perfectly entitled to think he's that. As you started out, they're not robots.
I stand by that.
If he said it about the Wolves manager, people would just be a bit like, I shouldn't have said that out loud, but it would not have the furore that it has because it's a specific person.
Yeah. It does make you think, doesn't it? It does make you think. But listen, you know, I people who really think football is a clean sport, even at the top levels, whether
I
it's
can't.
whether it's betting, whether it's gambling, whether it's drug taking, whether it's no, listen, football has always been dirty. It's been dirty game, with bribes, with drug taking, with fucking betting. It's let's be completely honest here, right? It's only until recently that football has gone from a working class sport to some going to the prawn sandwich brigade because they can see that there's money to be made out of football, right? And I know that Paquetá, the West Ham player, is involved in betting scams and all that at the moment, or alleged, right? But many of these players, especially from foreign fields, they use football, or their families used football in order to have an opportunity to get out of a shit lifestyle in which they're having. When they're making fuck all. Now, I'm 40, fucking hell, I'm 46 years old now, right? But even when I'm 46, I grew up with fuck all, right? I grew up with fuck all. Miners' strike was going on. Community was absolutely demolished, the community. Well, in one way, it becomes stronger because everyone stuck together. But in the other way, you know, but even now, many years later, honestly, it's a mindset. It's something mindset. I there'd be times in which I'd have no problem in paying a crazy amount of money for a bottle of Grey Goose, right? And it happened to me yesterday, actually. And I have no problem, right? But when it comes to a taxi driver trying to fucking get another couple of quid out of me for, I will kick off. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. And you're trying to tell me that these players who, and referees, who have grown up with fuck are all of a sudden, the moment they come into money, completely have a different mindset, a lifestyle mindset, the moment the money starts hitting the bank account. It's impossible. It's impossible. And a lot of these players grew up in society with a lot of drug taking being used, a lot of gambling being used, a lot of theft, robbery, whatever. You're trying to tell me the moment in which they sign for a Premier League club, all that goes out of the window? Bullshit, man. What do you think, Tom?
That was a lot of information. How
No,
much
but
bottle Grey Goose go
you're
for
in the
these
East
days?
End, yeah? You're in the
Yeah.
East End, right? And I don't know what your area of East End is like, but you know, the kind of areas I'm talking about. And if
Yep.
someone is lucky enough to be a footballer or become a footballer, then trying
Yeah.
to have a different mindset straight away once the first paycheck comes into a bank account is bullshit.
There are some people on earth, Brownie, some footballers, let's just say, who the worst thing that could ever happen to them as people is they be given more money than they know what to do with it.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
even necessarily saying they get in the criminal acts. I just mean like they become like gambling addicts because, like let's put it another way. Uh, what's his name? Gillespie, who used to play for Newcastle.
yeah.
He's cut like this isn't allegedly. He himself has said he was a gambling addict, and he would spend his after training. He would then go to the local bookie, and that's where he'd spend his money because he had more. This was for 1996 as well. He was earning so much money as a Premier League footballer that he basically had nothing to spend it on because he could have anything he wanted. and then he'd be left with what's next. But the one thing a footballer does have is lots of free time.
That's for Paul Merson and all that says all the time, isn't it? You know, it's still only human beings. I'll be honest with you. If I was a Premier League referee at whatever age he is, late 20s, early 30s, I probably would have. If you've always been hanging around in those kind of circles.
Yep.
It takes a very strong person to say no.
Yep.
It really takes a very strong person, and if 10 people sat here with me right now, who have been within them circles through lifestyle and social interaction, and none of them, and all 10 said they haven't done anything with Coote, then I'd say at least 3 of them would be lying to me.
Yeah,
you know,
you're probably right.
Anyway, Beautiful Game comes in, probably doing coke with his boyfriend. I've heard this story.
I did think
I've heard this,
as in, yeah. Like, obviously, I don't know his private life. I don't really care about his private life. I suppose there are going to be some people who think because of that video, his private life is now fair game. I don't really think it is, but at the same time, it's like...
Well, the story I heard is that he fell out. He fell out, and then, you know, as a revenge kind of act, the boyfriend then released these videos. Or whether or not that's just an allegation.
Well, no, I'm not an expert on this sort of thing, but why would you release it now if the falling out wasn't recent? As in, like, if you're going to sit
4 years later.
If you fell out with him 2 years ago, why is he going to wait until the November international break of 2024 to release this video? Like, what? Like, it has to be a recent falling out or something. Because I'm no expert on this, but
it's fucking mad.
Yeah.
Listen, for people who don't know, I'm in St Kilda. Apparently it's a good place to be in Melbourne, right? So I'm going to go out tonight now, watch a football, and let's see how many David Cootes I meet in the toilet. And I'm not on about the possibility of a boyfriend at the lack.
Okay.
And let me just put that out there.
I mean, ultimately, I don't care if there's gay referees in the Premier League or whatever, but obviously, it's going to be the first thing you think because of the nature of that video.
I wonder if you know, if that rumor is true, whether Saudi would want a fucking appearance fee money back off him. Saudi hypocrites. Anyway. That's
allegedly,
yeah.
Of
BX, I said, what if this was next boyfriend? If I'm honest with you, my gaydar didn't fucking. Do you know what I mean? It didn't register when I first seen it.
Mine was like, it was alarming like a motherfucker. It was like, it was basically like, I'm just glad this is the only video they've released. And then they did the second one. I'm like, I don't know what's coming. I don't want to know what they did next, kind of thing. It's a lot of coke as well, to be fair. Not that I'm an expert on the coke, but more
it would be fucking
myself.
It would be. I personally, it's fine. It would be dirty mattresses all over the place, wouldn't it? I'm sure that's the next one.
I mean,
anyway.
I'm sure he doesn't want to give his opinion on Klopp during that.
So, guys, in the chat, listen, Tom. In the chat, what time is it wherever you are? So
I'm 50 past midnight, 10 to 1.
Yeah, you guys are 11 hours behind me. You guys 11 hours behind, but I know people in from all over the world. So please, guys, what what time is it? I need to do more live shows. Even Tom was having a go at me earlier because I haven't gone live for a while. YouTube have been screaming at me, and the only thing in which I'm going live here with music in the background is because I know that it's not monetized anymore because YouTube are screaming at me. I need to do more live shows. Kieran, hi Kieran. Yeah, same as Tom.
Yeah.
Kieran, Bristol City fan. It's no coincidence, Beautiful Games has. The video was released next day after he refereed Liverpool Villa.
Did he actually ref that game?
It's definitely a sinister element to it, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, the news cycle is really, really slow during international breaks. Like it's crying out for something that's not England team bullshit. But it did get, as I said at the start, it got to a stage where I was like, "Can we have some England team bullshit, please?" And then he went, "Nope, I'm just going to do some more coke." Nope.
I tell you, hey, how much is that guy pocketing from the media outlets at the moment for releasing these videos?
I've personally not stitched up one of my mates to the media, so I don't know
exactly.
I don't know what selling your soul to the media is worth. But
well, you're talking to someone who would probably stitch up one of his mates. But again, that's another question. Anyway, Tom, Leeds. Before we go into international element, Leeds. What's the latest with Leeds at the moment? Cardiff turned from the Welsh Brazilians to the Welsh fucking Pharaohs.
it sounds like you went back to being Cardiff. You're just Cardiff again, aren't you? If we're being fair about
it. I'm hoping they'll go for Robbins now he's available.
Have they given it to Reza on a permanent?
No.
Well, I'll give him his credit. No. He really rode the new manager bounce. Very rare does a manager get 4 wins at the bottom of the table.
I know.
It's very rare.
And the refereeing decisions in the 2 games in which we have lost, have been questionable. Many think they could well be fucking related to Coote, but Coote has been blamed for every single refereeing failure in the last 4 years, to be honest, during the last couple of days.
Coote's got it in for Arsenal, isn't he, apparently? There's no proof of that, but he clearly has.
Oh, I know.
It was going every around. Decision, anytime Liverpool didn't win, it was because he hated Arsenal.
It's funny, man. It's funny. And on about Arsenal, I know it is Arsenal fans watching, but when that Tyrone Mings handball the other week, picked the ball up, and the referee gave a decision against Villa, wasn't it funny that the Arsenal fans went very quiet for the next couple of days? I was loving it, to be quite honest with you. Because actually, that's clear evidence that the decision went for Arsenal. And it could never be related to the anti-Arsenal bandwagon, which every week seems to be gaining fucking traction.
Well, there were people going, that's never a handball in the Premier League. It's like, well, it's a good thing there are distinctly different. People want consistency, but the fact are, the rules for handball under UEFA, in a UEFA competition, that is handball. Because they don't do this. They don't do this. Oh, we interpret the intent of the player or whatever. It's like, no, it's handball. That's it. Would it have been a penalty in the Premier League? No.
And I know also as well, Tom. Now you going back to the David Coote thing, and I know this conversation is going proper all over the place, which is a good thing, right? But you just reminded me of something. Now, there were people on my timeline yesterday saying this is proof that the referees in Premier League is corrupt. We should bring in European referees. And I'm thinking to myself, has this person only watched football in the last couple of years? Does he not know about the refereeing fucking
The refereeing outside of
corruptness in
England is even
Italy
more
or in
bent.
Spain?
Yeah.
Sorry?
The refereeing outside of England is even more bent than it is in England.
You know, that German referee who refereed England in the Euros, Colina. You ask any Everton fan, and I was there watching this game. Yeah, Colina, apparently the world's best ever referee, right?
Said by people that have not watched him ref more than 3 games.
He was mixed up in that Italian refereeing bribe scandal.
Of course he was.
Which Juventus got relegated, or one of the big clubs got relegated.
Yeah, Juventus got relegated from it.
Right? He then retired. He then came out of retirement, and then he came out of retirement for the game in which it all kicked off. Everton finished 4th, so they went into the Champions League. But Liverpool finished 5th. But because it won the Champions League the season before, it meant Everton had to go into a qualifier. Then Everton played Villarreal. All of a sudden, Colina comes out of retirement. Now, it was literally that disallowed goal, Duncan Ferguson header, which was a corner by Arteta. That was literally, I'm not kidding you, from here to the beach there, far, 20 yards, 30 yards. There was nothing wrong with that goal whatsoever. Colina come out of retirement for that game only. He disallowed a perfectly good goal, which would have meant Everton would go through, and then he retired straight after all the abuse he had. Straight after. Now, come on, you're trying to. It's just fucking. And then Villarreal went all the way that year. Went all the way to the semi-finals, where Arsenal beat them in the semi-final to then play Barcelona in the final. That's fucking, So anyway, European refs are just as bad as British refs. It's just.
You know what it is, Brownlee? I'll tell you what it is. Because people are within their own bubble in social media, and I include myself in this. We're all in our own bubble, right? We basically have we have the machine, the vehicle to basically go, I don't want to be exposed to that, and I want to see more of that, whatever it is, like the sporting preferences, whatever. So ultimately, you're going to hear a lot of certain things and only see certain things.
Yeah.
Because that's how the algorithm works. Yeah. Most of your algorithm is going to point you to refereeing decisions or news, which invariably is refereeing decisions in your own country or in the football league of the country you are in, and things like that. Oh, you never hear of the refereeing in La Liga. It's like because you never look for the refereeing in La Liga. But I'm pretty sure Barcelona, Villarreal, Deportivo fans complain about the refereeing all the time. Because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. And the reason you're not seeing it is because you ain't looking for it, and you ain't looking for things that will mean it's always put in front of you. But instead, you will get David Coote all week.
That can go with online porn you watch on a phone.
100%.
Right? And then after you've done your load and you go to sleep, when you wake up the next day, you look at your timeline and it's all fucking OnlyFans waiting on your timeline.
Well, is anything wrong with that? It's science, it's algorithm, baby. It's an algorithm.
No, but it's right. Listen, my food has definitely gone there you go. Gone cold now. Well, breakfast
cold
actually.
Avocado with toast.
Avocado, egg. So, hang on. I want to do it so that there you go. So toast, egg, and avocado. It's definitely gone cold. It's over 40 minutes. If I can get a cheaper ticket, I'll go to the football tonight and I'll do something from the football. Australia playing Saudi Arabia. If not, I'm going to go to one of the club teams. There's two club teams here in Melbourne. One of them owned by Man City, Melbourne City, and the other one is Melbourne Victory. So I'll definitely we're playing the same stadium as well. So potentially, I'm assuming when one is away, one's home, and then reverse it the following week. So potentially, football every week I could watch if I really wanted to.
Does the Wellington Phoenix still play there in the Australian League?
Sorry?
Does the Wellington Phoenix still play in the Australian League?
I think so. They're New Zealand, though, aren't they? Wellington's New Zealand.
Yeah, they can't qualify for continental competition, to my understanding. They can't represent Australia in the Oceanic Champions League, if I remember rightly. Well, I'll say that.
Auckland have
I only know that. No, I only know that from Football Manager.
There you go.
But I don't know if that's actually
beautiful game, yeah. Remember when Thierry Henry volleyball slapped that goal in Ireland, yeah? It's always been cheating. And it's so blinkered. Unfortunately I'm old enough to remember John Fashanu, Bruce Grobbler, Hans Sagers having that bribery incident, which, by the way, they all got done not guilty, but it's definitely video footage that shows something definitely happened. And then the floodlight failure, which was created by a Chinese betting syndicate, and floodlights would go after like 60 minutes, which meant bookies out in China would pay out after the hour mark, I think. Whatever the result was, get rid of the floodlights, game is suspended, and the bookies in China would pay out. So, on that, let's knock on the head because I'm fucking starving. Tom, many thanks for joining me. I know it's late. No guys in the chat, many thanks for joining. This type of music, I'm sure David Coote would be lapping it up at 5 o'clock in the morning with his recent antics.
I think he'd be so full of snow and Christmas cheer, let's call it, that I don't think he'd know what music was playing. So,
No problem. Well, you wouldn't have a problem without any snow doing a skiing holiday this winter anyway. Right.
If you don't mind, I just want to put this link out because obviously I'm doing Sam Greenwood. I'm a guest on Sam Greenwood's show tomorrow. I think he's planning on doing something about video games. I think that's what he said.
Okay.
So people are welcome to stop by in England. Well, what 8 p.m.
What time is it, Tom? What time is it?
8 p.m. in the UK.
8 p.m. UK, so 7. Right. If I'm available, I will join. Right. I don't know anything with work at the moment. If I'm available, I will join. Guys,
has the link showed up on your end?
It has, yeah.
Showed up? No.
And also put a link in for your channel as well, Tom.
Give me a second. I can absolutely do that.
Guys, listen, please check out Tom's channel as well. Leeds fan, but he talks about other clubs, so you won't be missing out.
Yeah, I'll do as Brownlee said. Brownlee said, I'll do a show called We All Love Leeds, where basically we review the Leeds game for the week and then we talk about 30 other teams. I'll usually mock them if they lose, but we're talking about them.
As I say, I'm going to see if I can get a cheaper ticket. At the moment, the cheapest I can get for tonight's game is $100 with a booking fee. It's fucking rip off, man. $140, which is about 70 quid. I'm not paying that, man. I'm not paying that for Australia, Saudi Arabia. Do you know what I mean? Maximum I'm going would be 50 quid. But we will see.
World Cup qualifier. It's like so fucking
World
what
Cup
it is.
qualifier. Yeah. Right. I'll catch you
Can't be
later.
the pinnacle of the sport.
I'm starving.
Have a good night, everyone. Take care.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone. Thanks. Take care. Hasta luego.